In this session, I am going to discuss the birth chart of the famous Bollywood actor Salman Khan. Uh, he was born in 1965 December, and as of now, he's still a bachelor. So I will be analyzing his chart from Sudharshana Chakra Dasa perspective and predict what was the possible period for the native to get married. This is the best planetary combination that we can identify using the birth chart, Sudharshana Chakra Dasa, Vimsottari Dasa, and the transit analysis. Since the native is unmarried as of now, it indicates that the native did not use the planetary combinations opportunity provided by the planetary combinations. So let's figure it out, like if the planetary combinations opportunity was not availed by the native, what will be the next situation? Here is the birth chart of Salman Khan. If you look at the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa, the third cycle started in March 1989 and it went all the way till 2001. So we have to look at what are the possibilities for the native to get married during this period. Before we look at the detailed Dasa analysis, let's see what the crucial houses for marriage. The second house lord is Venus. Venus is in the 10th house, co-joined with Mars, and Saturn is the lord of the 10th house, and Venus direct aspect is on the 4th house. 4th house is owned by Moon, so, and that 4th house is empty. So as of now, Venus is okay. Since Venus has co-joined with the 8th house lord, 8th house lord sometimes is treated as a malefic. So Venus, we can consider Venus to be partial malefic, afflicted by partially by a malefic planet. Let's go to the 4th house lord. Moon is the 4th house lord, and Moon is residing in the 11th house, and the direct aspect of Moon is on the 5th house, which is empty. Moon residing in 11th house is co-joined with the 11th house lord Saturn. That means Moon has got afflicted by the natural malefic planet Saturn. So 4th house is no way helpful. 4th house Mahadasa is no way helpful for the native to get married. Let's go to the 5th house. Sun is the lord of the 5th house, residing in the 9th house and alone. Sun is alone in the 9th house, and the 9th house lord is Jupiter. Jupiter and Sun's direct aspect is on the 3rd house, where Jupiter itself is residing, and Jupiter's direct aspect is also on the Sun. So there is a mutual aspect. So that indicates that the 9th house lord, 9th house sometimes deals with Dharmasthanamo. So the 9th house lord Jupiter, looking at the 5th house, which is the Putrasthanamo or house for children, house of children, is having direct aspect. So Sun, there is a possibility for Sun to activate the marriage event, being the 5th house lord. And so we, in the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa, we can consider the 5th house Mahadasa as the safest one for the native to get married. Let's go to the 7th house. Venus is the lord of 7th house. We already found that Venus got partially afflicted because it co-joined with the 8th house lord Mars. So let's not look at 7th house anymore. Let's go to the 12th house. 12th house lord is Jupiter. Jupiter is in the 3rd house and it's alone, so it is not co-joined with anyone. Now let's look at the Jupiter's aspects. Jupiter's 5th aspect is on the 7th house, which is owned by Venus, and the 7th house is empty. Jupiter's 7th aspect is on the 9th house, its own house, where Sun, the fifth house lord, is residing, and Jupiter's ninth aspect is on the 11th house where Saturn and Moon are residing. So Jupiter is partially, even though it's partially afflicted, the only possibility for the Jupiter to do something when it comes to the marriage is because of its aspect, direct aspect with Sun, the fifth house lord. Now that we identified that the possibility for the native to get married is very high during the 5th house Mahadasa in Sudharshana Chakra Dasa, and partial during the 12th house Mahadasa. So the 5th house Mahadasa started in March 1993 and lasted till March 1994. This was the best period for the native to get married, and the other possibility is between March 2000 and 2001, which is the 12th house Mahadasa. If you look at the 12th house Mahadasa, the Antardasa, 12th house Antardasa, which is in March through April 2000, and the 5th house Antardasa, which is between August to September, and the 7th house Mahadasa, which is from October to November 2000. So these are the 3 months in the 12th house Mahadasa that there is a possibility for the native to get married. So the only possibility is during the between March 1993 to 1994 and March 2000 through 2001 for the native to get married. The third cycle in Sudharshana Chakra Dasa started in March 1989 through March 2001. Let's go and look at the transit analysis. And here the reason I picked up Saturn is because it is the slow moving planet. Saturn and Jupiter are the two slow moving planets, and Saturn, transit Saturn from December 1988 till December 2001, you can see how the Saturn path, transit Saturn path is. When you look at it, between 1996 through 1998, transit Saturn is in the 12th house. The possibility is 0 for the native to get married during that time. And when transit Saturn co-joined with natal Saturn and natal Moon here in the 11th house, or when transit Saturn co-joined with natal Venus and natal Mars in the 7th, in the 10th house, the possibilities for the native to get married is close to 0. So transit Saturn is not at all cooperating for the native to get married. Now let's go and look at the transit Jupiter. If you look here, transit Jupiter started here in Taurus in December 1988. It completed the whole 12 houses by December 2000, and then in December 2001, that 1 year, transit Jupiter is here in Gemini. So let's look at this. The only possibility that we knew was between March 2000 through 2001. That means here, when transit Jupiter was here in Gemini, that's the best possibility for the native to get married. Now the other possibility we have when we look at the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa is here it is. The other possibility is during the 5th house Mahadasa, which is March 1993 to March 1994. So let's go and see between March 1993 and March 1994, where is the transit Jupiter. Let's go here and then say it as March 1993. So transit Jupiter is here, Virgo. Virgo is the 6th house. You can see here the transit Jupiter is in the 6th house. Now let's go and see where is transit Jupiter in March 1994. It's here, which is the 7th house for the native. So between 1993 and 1994, the native had the best possibility to get married because transit Jupiter was cooperating. Transit Jupiter was in the natural 7th house, and also again in March 2000 and 2001, transit Jupiter was in the 3rd house co-joining the natal Jupiter. Now if you look at the Vimsottari Dasa, between 1986 through 2002 in Vimsottari Dasa, Jupiter Mahadasa is running, and as I said earlier, Venus is from 1990. The Venus Antardasa is from 1994 through 1997. But according to Sudharshana Chakra Dasa, the best possibility is between March 1993 to 1994, which is the Ketu Antardasa. So Vimsottari Dasa did not cooperate when transit Jupiter was in the 7th house, because Ketu is the Antardasa. Then other possibility was between March 2000 to March 2001. In Vimsottari Dasa, that period was Rahu Antardasa, and Rahu residing in the second house. Second house is Kutumbasthanamo or family. Rahu residing in the second house and owned by Venus. Rahu did not cooperate either is for the native to get married during that period. So what we can interpret is that even though the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa is showing the possibility, either the if the Vimsottari Dasa is not cooperating, or the transit planets, slow moving planets, especially Jupiter and Saturn, are not cooperating, then the possibility for the native to get married is minimal.